Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
Oh, yeah.
It's that little show we sit there with your favorite comedians, and we find that if they're good to be classy,
Yeah.
or if they're just a big old piece of trash.
Objection.
I'm your host, Dave Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Tootie's in a new edition. She is in central booking right now.
I've heard.
Tootie's jammed up legally, and we were thinking it'd be a good idea to get some legal expertise in here.
Yes.
And we're going to figure it out. We're not naming the charges right now.
Sure.
We're not going public with anything.
I heard Rico.
My co-host is coming at you from right next to me, not affiliated with the H. Foley Corporation. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage. He is an international businessman and my best pal in the whole wide world. And as I say, he's the guys that make all the decisions. I'm just a patsy in this whole thing. Give it up for KJ, Kevin James, Ryan, everybody.
What up, gang? Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. And obviously, the greatest website of all time, www.patreon.com/areyougarbage. You go over there, you get all your bonus content, gang.
Yes, sir. And gang, like I said, very special episode today.
Yes.
Very special guest here with us today for the first time. He is one of the premier criminal defense attorneys in these here United States. He is the owner-operator of the Spodak Law Group. Give it up for Mr. Todd Spodak, Esquire.
Thank you very much.
You're an
Thank you very
Esquire,
much.
right?
I'm an Esquire.
Nice.
Great.
That's
Do
it.
you let people know that you're a lawyer in situations?
No.
You know that, like...
I try to keep it. I try to keep it mellow. I'm not that kind of lawyer who's going out there being like, guess what I do? But
Sure.
I will show up on a podcast.
But I will show up on a podcast and I will tell people that I have the best dinner stories. Okay, you're not going to beat me
Sure,
around
yeah,
the
at the
table.
top.
That's
Of
for
course,
sure.
yeah.
Of course.
Some guy talking about their kid's recital or something like that. You got a triple homicide going.
Exactly. So it was exciting.
So, like, if there's a situation at a restaurant or something like that, and, like, you know, you're sending back the steak, they're giving you shit, you don't say, hey, I'm a lawyer.
No, I would never say
I'll
so.
have the inspector in here in 10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay.
Give us your light professional backstory so we know what we're dealing with here.
Sure.
Some of your credentials.
Yeah.
Sure,
How'd you
sure.
get into law? Where'd you go to law school?
So I was born and raised in Brooklyn.
Okay.
My law firm's based in downtown Manhattan.
Okay.
My father was a lawyer.
Okay.
Okay, I've been in the game for a long time. I grew up around a lot of criminals, so this is not new to me. Okay,
Welcome to the show.
I know this world. I know
Alleged criminals.
you know what I
Alleged,
mean?
yeah.
And I went to Pace Law School in White Plains, which is
Nice.
the Harvard of the East Coast. Everyone knows that.
Man, he's got
This
this
guy-
guy.
this
Okay,
guy's
and
good.
And now I'm in the game, and now we do state and federal criminal defense throughout the United States. A lot
Okay.
of white collar cases, a lot of really egregious criminal acts, and you know, this is what we do. This is the life we live, and we love it.
Did you when you got out, did you work for
This
another
guy's good already.
He's
dude.
all
I
right.
like him.
I'm feeling good about our chances here. I'm walking scot-free, coppers. Did you work for another law firm, or did you go work for your dad's?
So I came out of law school, and I went straight to trial work, and I started working with my dad and doing trial work throughout New York City.
Did they give you cases right away, or are you like getting coffees and shit like that at first?
I hit the ground running. Obviously, it takes some time to get familiar.
Sure.
But if you're a trial lawyer, you're a trial lawyer, and you're comfortable in front of a jury and in a courtroom or in Tutties. You know what I mean? You know the vibe.
Sure.
You know, so
Of course.
there's a little bit of balance of both of those things.
What was your first case?
My first case was a juvenile who was jumped in Brooklyn, where
Okay.
I'm from, and it was a self-defense case, a justification case.
He kicked somebody's ass.
She.
She.
Yeah.
That's a tough broad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I represented her at trial, and we raised justification, which is self-defense, and we prevailed. And it was fucking awesome. You know, you feel like a rock star, and you really do help someone at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're getting
and
out.
that's the rare case where you have someone who actually was in the right.
Well,
So
You know,
she
not-
got off.
She got off.
How
yeah.
many people were jumping her?
5 people jumped her.
She won the fight,
Yeah, no,
essentially.
yeah.
Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
yeah. I mean, this was a bunch of kids fighting, so it wasn't exactly Jake and Mike Tyson.
Gotcha.
Which
You
was
know,
a great
it's-
fight, by the way.
You know, it was a little bit of a different vibe, but yeah,
Okay.
she got off, and it was. Look, I don't want to sound cheesy and be like, "Wow, I did good," blah blah blah, but it felt good to actually fight.
You
And do
positively
100%
affected
exactly.
the rest of that girl's
So
life.
100%.
she got brought up on charges. You got her off the charges.
100%,
What were the
yeah.
charges they were hitting her with?
So they were assault with a deadly weapon. They were.
What was a deadly weapon?
So she wound
These
up.
hands,
she
baby.
no, she wound up taking out an umbrella, like a long umbrella, and started to just knock
Hey,
people.
Well, are we talking about an umbrella you get at the bodegas, those
No,
shitty ones, or like
no.
a golf
No,
umbrella?
we're talking about a full-fledged, like legit reinforced umbrella. Okay, like
Those things are expensive.
yeah, like we're talking about the Penguin from fucking Batman. Like,
But that's like, this is how like my stupid law brain, like I've luckily been unscathed with the legal system.
I find that hard to believe.
I know, but a lot of my friends have, faced charges over,
That I could totally
some
see
that serve
happening.
some time. I knew when to toe the line and get the fuck out of there before shit hit the fan. But that's one of those things I'm like, in my head immediately go, you got jumped by 5 people, you grabbed an umbrella, you had to do what you had. To me, that's kind of,
Exactly.
But like, I guess it makes sense if they're like, no, that she has started attacking us or
Did
whatever.
they go after the other people then, or was it just
No,
that's it?
so my client was ultimately charged because one of them was somewhat disfigured. She hit someone in the face with the umbrella and it cut the
God
skin.
damn.
But the trick is you got to be relatable. If you're going to testify at a trial, you got to relate to the jury. They got to respect your story. They got to believe that you're being honest, and you got to take the good and the bad. You can't be an angel. Nobody's an angel,
Yeah, you
right?
can't be too polished. 'Cause
Right.
they're like,
You got to come across real, and you got to be able to connect with people in a real way. People in New York City, especially minors, people go to high school, junior high. They've been in fights. They've been in assaults. They've been jumped. They know what that experience is like.
And when you're picking that jury, you think about that stuff, and a lot of this is psychology.
Absolutely. If the jury doesn't like me as the defense lawyer, they're certainly not liking my client.
So that's what you do. If someone you feel the bad vibes, you're like, let's bounce this fucking guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when you win that first case, what's the celebration like? Is it like in Goodfellas when you walk out like, hey?
Yeah, not exactly. This was more like chopped cheese and like a soda.
Chopped cheese and a soda?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
This was a long time ago, but it was celebratory no matter what. And I've had a number of homicides that I've won that I've had legit celebrations, and I've gone traveling with clients and things like that.
Really?
Oh, shit, you go out with them afterwards?
Yeah, of course. What do you mean?
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
That's sick.
Let's take this down to sandals for a couple of days.
I know who my one phone call's going to. It's
Absolutely.
fucking TS.
And is that one phone call?
Is that true? You get one phone call?
It's not really true. The most important thing is you want to invoke your right to counsel, right? If you're jammed up,
All right,
Don't say shit.
He even used jammed up. I
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah.
So we sell shirts that say jammed up. But all right, let's just say, boom, we get in a bar fight or something. You end up in the back of a cop car. What is the series of events that you should do as a defendant?
yeah. So
When we're done crying, what do we say?
So the immediate thing is to let the authorities, whether it be state, local, federal, law enforcement, whoever
Federal,
it is,
what the fuck?
Yeah, what do you think I'm
Jesus
getting
Christ.
into?
You got the fucking alphabet boys coming in?
but you got to let them know that you're invoking your right to counsel. You have a lawyer, and once you do that, that at least puts a buffer from you.
They got to stop talking. They got to stop asking you questions,
They got to
right?
stop asking you questions. And the real problem is when people are excited and they're overwhelmed and drunk and high and jammed up, they talk.
Oh, you know me.
Yes, yes, and yes.
And a lot of times they'll say something that is a problem even though they don't think it. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, they may commit that they were at the scene, or they may connect themselves to someone else.
I was walking by. I said hello,
Right,
and it's
now
like, now you're there.
Exactly. Where
Okay.
It's much better for you to be like, you know what? Call my lawyer. I'm done.
I'm
Here's
not
the-
here right now.
Exactly. You didn't see
Like
me.
a
I didn't
bandit.
see you. You
That's-
don't know me.
I watch a lot of First 48, and they never get a lawyer, and they always end up doing time. They never go.
But
I'm
that's
like,
why there's a story about them.
know.
Right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
they say to you, if you just come clean now or whatever,
or just
you won't. They're all not
look,
entrapment by any stretch of the
they're-
imagination. Shout out to the law enforcement.
Of course. Shout out to law enforcement.
You just threw entrapment like you really know what that
Yeah.
means.
No, I think
I've seen
there-
the movie.
There are instances where the police say, look, cooperate with us and we will present your case to the prosecutor and to the judge for leniency.
In a better light, yeah.
And there are cases where that does work,
Mm-hmm.
but that should be done pursuant to some sort of proffer agreement or immunity or cooperation deal, not just you
Like on
coked
the-
up at a fucking nightclub being like, oh, cool, I'll work it out with the police now.
Sure.
You say coked up at a nightclub?
Yeah, I mean, that's when these
New
things
York
happen.
City, you
Yeah,
know what I
this is
mean?
when these things happen. I know your audience. Come on.
There's a bunch of guys listening, coked up at
They're
a
like,
nightclub
shit,
right
he knows me.
now. He's looking. They're like, fuck. They're all over us.
This guy's been following me. I don't like that. All right. And you were mentioning before you had a huge case recently.
So I did represent Anna Delvey, the German heiress, and they did make a Netflix show about it.
Anna,
I've
what
seen
was
the,
Anna?
I've seen the
Yeah.
movie.
Okay, so
Damn, you were her lawyer?
yeah, so I was her trial lawyer, and I represented her, and I was a character in the show.
I loved it. Me and my
That's-
wife
I was-
loved that fucking
Yeah, of
show.
course.
Who
obviously.
played you?
His
Did they
name-
screw you?
No, it's the gentleman from Succession, Aryan Moyed. I may be pronouncing the name wrong.
Get outta
But
here.
Stewie from Succession. Look it up.
Let's see this.
Oh, right. That's
Oh,
you.
shit.
Yeah, that's
Holy
me.
shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a good looking. That's
my
a good.
fame
That's
was
a good
dwindling.
version of
I'm
you.
happy that it's getting back up now. This is how we're
I
doing it.
fucking love it. Did he reach out to you?
Yeah,
for like,
so he was great. I spent time with him. I went to set. I met him, and his name is Todd Spodek in the show. So it's
I gotta go rewatch
yeah, you gotta
that
rewatch
now.
it. Yeah.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, it was a great show, and he was great, and he did a great job, and they recreated the whole set, the courtroom, the fucking pens, the scratches in the table, everything.
No
and
way.
did refresh my memory. Did she get off or no?
So it was a mixed verdict. She won some of the charges, which was
I like that answer.
quite remarkable to
Big
begin with.
Yeah,
Okay.
her hands were dirty.
Yeah, she was dead to rights, and then
She was
went down.
scamming people, saying that she was a German heiress
Exactly. you
and
got
didn't
it.
have any money.
Yeah, you should join the defense team. I mean, you got it right there.
Your Honor.
I call a lunch break. Okay, wow.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
So that case, generated a lot of publicity and attention and things like that.
And how long's that case run you? Because that's like the thing. Like I love the Law and Orders. I love the fucking First 48s. They condense it. It seems like 4 days, but isn't it? It's stretched out over like months
Yeah, exactly.
or years.
So the cases that I have, I represent a lot of people for financial crimes. So they're long-term investigations. They're paper-heavy cases.
So this is like they are charged with
Yeah. So either the state,
skimming the books of
exactly,
something.
either the state or
Oh,
the
shit.
defense will be
Shit.
doing a long-term investigation. Could be wire fraud, money laundering, scams, crypto scams are obviously very prevalent now.
Not
Okay.
the Bitcoin.
You know, so these cases take a long time to go to trial, no matter what. And even when you're at trial, it could be 3 months of trial.
Really?
And that trial was, I think, 4 to 6 weeks or something like that.
Damn.
And
Yeah.
she didn't have any cash, so is that something you do pro bono for the publicity?
No, so she wound up coming up with cash, and then a deal was worked out with Netflix as well.
No
Wait,
shit.
wait, hold on. Wait, Netflix paid some of your
Yeah,
salary?
yeah, Netflix was involved, and it all worked
Get
out.
the fuck out of here.
Gotta love showbiz,
You
baby.
can't hustle a hustler, man. Come on, you know that.
He gets his SAG card.
I want points on the back end.
Yeah.
Get
Wow.
the fuck out of here.
Look at you, dude. That's sick.
So, can I ask you, what do you walk away with something like that?
Fee-wise
Yeah.
or what? Oh, the fees vary depending on the case, but look, it's a substantial amount of time. You're looking at
Of course.
$50,000+ to dedicate any lawyer's time for that long.
Hundreds of
Right.
hours,
Yeah,
thousands of
there
hours.
are cases
Yeah,
that go,
yeah.
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I travel a lot for work, so a lot of times I have to go and stay somewhere else, be away from my kids.
Sure.
that
Now,
kind of
where
stuff.
else where else have you taken the bar? Or you just New York?
So I'm only licensed in New York, but I get pro-hocked, meaning I get permission from the federal courts to practice in a federal court in other jurisdictions. So I have cases in Texas, California.
Was
Las
that a
Vegas.
federal trial?
That was a state trial.
That
in
was a
this
state
case.
trial. Okay. Southern District.
Yeah. Southern District's federal. This
Those
was-
guys don't mess around, do they?
Yeah, Southern District's serious.
Jam
That's
you up.
it's a premier
Sure.
U.S. Attorney's office. A lot of people there, a lot of resources.
Okay. Damn. All right. Damn. All right. This guy's got. You're hired. I'll tell
I
you
know,
that right
I know.
now.
I literally,
I'll
I'm
set up a
calling
little office back here with the Miller High Life, and we're good.
Okay. I got a off the wall question
Yeah, go
here.
ahead.
Do you think you would have gotten the kids from My Cousin Vinny off?
That's a great movie. Okay, I love that. I
why
don't
you
think
wanted to
I
become a
could
lawyer?
do as good of a job
As
as Joe
Pesci.
Pesci
Sure,
did. Okay,
sure.
so
Can't do the
every
accent.
head must bow and
How do you like your
respect
grits?
it. Yeah.
Okay. What is one glaring thing that you watch? Because like we'll watch a comedy movie about stand up and you're like, they missed it. What do you see when you watch anything on TV that you're like,
Sure.
that's Hollywood?
I think the most important thing really is you got to be relatable,
Mm-hmm.
and your client has to be relatable. The story has to be relatable. So if you're selling a story, whether it's a murder, a crypto fraud, a rape case, whatever it is, you got to
I
have
didn't touch her.
You got to have a story that makes sense. The story has to work, and it has to make sense, and a layperson has to hear it and say, you know what, I could understand how this happened. I understand how this transpired. You can't pretend that nothing happened, right? You got to be able to
Something happened.
focus and say, whatever I did may have been wrong, but it wasn't criminal, or it didn't rise to that level, or
good.
it has to be specific. But you got 12 people analyzing the situation, and you got to convince 12 of them to go all the same way.
Are you a guy that likes to get to the jury, or do you
you try to play it down, get a deal done.
Yeah, or do you?
Look,
How much pressure do you put on the client for that?
all good questions. So the vast majority of cases on the state level and federal level settle. That's the reality.
They
That's
just don't go to trial.
Statistic-wise, throughout the
Okay.
United States, no matter what. On the federal side, it's like 95% above. you're going to settle your case.
'Cause it's so expensive to go to trial.
It's
isn't
so
it?
expensive. Long-term investigations. Your exposure is through the roof. You want to.
What's that mean? Your exposure is through the
Your
roof?
exposure to federal prison long-term, like.
Yeah, you're like, hey, it's like
pack
I
your
could do
toothbrush
50
and you're moving.
years,
So if
or
you
we'll
roll,
give
if
you
you
10.
roll, if you roll the dice,
Well, like, let me give you a quick example. So in the federal system,
I'm flipping. I don't. This is all dumb matter. I'm flipping.
there's something called acceptance of responsibility points. If you accept responsibility early, you get 3-point reduction. That 3-point reduction correlates to months in prison. So the system incentivizes you to resolve your case early. So if you're charged by the
Gotcha.
feds, your exposure to federal prison, which is real federal prison, for a long time goes up as things keep going.
Man, this guy can talk.
You know?
I am you. I
No,
am on
but
the,
so that's-
I am on the edge of my seat every time you talk.
Right. So to your second question being like, how do you deal with clients like that? I don't ever make the decision, okay? But the reality is you have to protect your clients. And sometimes you have to be like, look, there's no fucking way you're making out of this trial. And if you want to go to trial, I will do that, but it's really against my advice, and you're not going
Really?
to win. Yeah,
Have you
to.
had that where they're like,
all the time.
And is it? Do you think it's out of like pure innocent? Or they're like, I'm genuine. Have you had somebody where you're like, hey, this is a good deal? I believe
Every day.
Every
Today,
day.
this morning.
Really?
What happens is there's different concepts, right? There's the individual who committed an act and is like, I did not commit a crime. And then there's the law, right? Like
Yeah.
they're two separate concepts. So someone could think in their head that they're not guilty because of whatever reason, but the law is elemental, meaning it has elements that have to be met. And if you meet those elements, you're guilty of the crime. And so a lot of times people don't realize that, and it's hard for them to register that.
Sure.
And particularly when it's
This is freaking me the
I
fuck
know,
out,
dude.
man.
no, but like think of it in the context of money laundering. We have a lot of cases where someone's
Why do you bring that
involved
up?
in money laundering.
I'm in charge of the books over here, by the way.
And someone will have millions of dollars funnel through their account for a friend, right? And they don't know every aspect of what they did, but there's enough in conjunction with the vast amount of money and text messages and documents to support that they had some knowledge that their account was being used to launder money. Are they factually guilty? Like, did they create a scam and hide the money and do it all? No, but legally they're guilty.
Gotcha.
And that's a hard distinction for people to make.
Gang, let's talk about True Classics.
Ooh, the truest classics in the whole wide world.
The best T-shirts in the business. Now they got everything over there. They got the active wear. They're really dialing it in. Gang, the best T-shirt you're ever going to put on, and you know who I'm talking to out there? I'm talking to the big boys
The
out
chubbies.
there. We're talking about these things fit like a glove. You've heard me talk about them. I love them. I got the 4Xs. They fit great. The fucking pipes. The fucking belly's not popping out. Absolutely fantastic. If you want the best T-shirt you ever put on, go to True Classics and get yourself straightened the fuck out.
Yeah, I've bought about 30 of these, and like, listen, there's other brands out there trying to do this, and they ain't doing it.
This is a bad one. This is fucking
I've
jerk off.
I've fallen I've fallen trapped to buying these other ones. They ain't the same.
No.
You buy them, they don't wash right, they don't fit right, they come out the size of a sock. It ain't gonna work. You know what I mean?
True Classic has that. They got that situation where they get better when you wash them.
Yes. The holidays are here, and True Classics ultra comfortable, perfect fitting essentials make the perfect gift for the men in your life, ladies, or guys. Buy yourself a freaking gift. So if you're able to upgrade, if you're ready to upgrade your closet, shop now and unlock big savings during their huge holiday sale. Just go to the exclusive link trueclassics.com/garbage to save. That's trueclassics.com/garbage. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. End the year with holiday cheer thanks to True Classics.
Ho ho ho. Kev, we got to talk about Sheath.
Shout out to Sheath Gang.
Gang, if you're looking for the ultimate upgrade to your everyday comfort, say hello to our longtime sponsor, Sheath Underwear.
Yeah.
My favorite underwear, his favorite underwear, the broad's favorite underwear. You know why? Because they separate the twig from the berries. Gives you a little bit of extra show.
You ain't
know what I'm
lying.
talking
Check
about.
this out. I got them on right now.
Woo-wee.
Hell
Those
yeah.
were white when you put them on.
Dude, I got to tell you, this pair of underwear, they are about 4.5 years old.
Camos.
This is the first pair of Sheath I ever got, and I'm still rocking them.
Still rocking them.
I've worn these things for weeks at a time, not washed. These things have been washed 500 times. They still fit and feel better than freaking ever. If that's not a personal endorsement, I don't know what to tell you.
I hear you.
These things, and listen, I put a lot of pressure on these bad boys. Not in the front, but in the back. They get a lot of wear
Plenty
and
of
tear.
room up there.
So elevate your comfort today. Go to sheath.com. Get the most comfortable underwear you'll ever going to wear. If you use our promo code GARBAGE, you'll also get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com. Promo code GARBAGE. They've been an OG podcast sponsor. Support this pod. Support the brands that support the pod for 20% off your order. Sheath.com, the underwear of legends. Promo code GARBAGE. Do it.
What does that mean exactly, launder money?
Next question, please.
Yes. Laundering money is basically taking criminal proceeds and disguising the true nature of it. So, for example, a drug dealer selling drugs and taking that money and investing it, I don't know, in a podcast.
What the fuck?
This guy's working for the
I'm
feds.
just giving you an example.
you wearing a
I'm
wire,
just giving you
dude?
an example.
Okay, all right, I got you. So
Yeah,
somebody
now it makes sense.
So somebody I start playing stupid.
What are drugs?
So somebody could accidentally kind of be involved in something like that. Like if their buddy's like, hey,
Or the wife or something they play.
Yeah,
They
all
just,
the time.
I didn't know
Listen,
what was happening.
exactly.
It's like, you fucking know.
Yeah,
lady.
all the time.
Carmela
People-
knew. She
Look,
played dumb, but
she
she
knew.
knew.
You could do things a one-off and you're likely not exposed. But if you do something on a regular basis, so if
Repetitive.
someone uses your account one time and then you find out and you're like, what the fuck? You're not allowed to use my account. That's different. If you acquiesce and let someone use your account and wind up taking a commission and the texts are like, hey, this is great, let's keep doing it. No, you can't then get out of it.
Now, how do they get the text? Do they just turn those over? Like, how hard is it for the government to get your texts?
Oh, it's incredibly easy. Everything is, first of all, every criminal thinks they're super stealth and they're like, hey, my messages disappear on WhatsApp. And like, this is not the reality because someone screenshots, people cooperate.
They're existing out there
They're existing.
somewhere.
And if you are a smart criminal, you're not using a cell phone, point blank.
Really?
If you're a real criminal, you're not using a cell phone. So as soon as you see a criminal with a cell phone, you know this
You're
is not
fucked.
stellar. This is not the Ivy League of criminals.
Gotcha.
So what do they do? Like, just say a high.
You use the payphone outside of the pizzeria and you have them
is
call
it
you
just all
back.
mouth to
I
mouth?
could only tell you what I see.
Sure, yeah, of course.
What I've seen is people who are very savvy. They meet in person. They make sure nobody's wearing
They
a wire.
talk to a couple people. That's it.
You're having one conversation with one person, and the recipient of that conversation is 10 people away.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever receives the message can never point it back to you.
Damn.
Right. Like think of cartels.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
You know, cartels are not hanging out with fucking Pepe on 23rd Street being like, here's the drugs. There's 50 layers between these people.
Sure. Gotcha.
I gotta get some distance between you two bozos. From now on, everybody only talks to me through Tommy Casson.
Okay, what's the one, Luke? You might know that all of my friends. It's like it's the app that it's a texting app for drug
There's
dealers.
like Whisper. There's
Yeah, so there's
Whisper.
hundreds of these apps.
Yeah.
And are they pretty bulletproof
Telegram.
or no?
Well, Telegram has a number of problems, but the best
dude's
apps,
good.
the best apps are the ones that the sender controls. So, for example, there are various messaging apps. I feel like I'm going to get myself jammed up, but
No.
there are various messaging apps where I could send a message and then I could delete the message on your
their
phone.
phone.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
but so the real trick, if you're not looking to have any of your information public, is not talk about things that you wouldn't want someone to see, not have anything connected to you. Remember, cell site records alone pinpoint your location.
yeah, is that used a lot?
All
Like
day
where they
long.
triangulated
All
the
day
thing
long,
and you're there
every day.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. No real criminal has cell phones.
Damn, dude.
You know what I mean?
We're fucking up over here.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Cell
Okay.
phones and all that stuff have made it easier.
Yeah, first of all, everything is documented. You purchase something, it shows where you are. You use the train, it shows where you are. It triangulates everything. The messages are stored on the cloud.
But-
You could connect people from a conspiracy by pictures on Instagram and communications. It's just so much.
But does that also make it easier to then get off because that information is there of like he couldn't have done it.
Yeah,
he was
absolutely.
over
It
here.
works both ways.
Yeah.
If you're fucking innocent.
If you're
yeah.
Which we are.
Those-
Which we are.
those folks
innocent
usually-
till proven guilty. I thought this was America.
You know, those folks
Take a
are,
nice big glass of water on that note.
are few and
Of course.
far between,
Of course.
unfortunately,
Of
in my
course.
line of work.
Of course. Have you had anybody that you were like, this person is for sure dead innocent?
I've had a few cases that tend to be where a divorce happens and someone
Gotcha.
alleges rape or physical abuse, and you could just tell that it's motivated by spite. And when you do a deep dive, you could see that person wasn't there in any way, shape, or form. Cell sites
That
put them
time,
somewhere
yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
There's an alibi. There's texts regarding an evening of sex, things like that. So
Okay.
that's when I've seen it. Other than that, no. Most people are involved to some
In
degree.
some- yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's not like you got the wrong person altogether.
Right.
That is rare.
You were married to this
right.
guy.
You were married. You
Sure.
made that choice. Now you got to live with it.
You do marriage. Do you recommend prenups?
I do marriage.
You do divorce.
Yeah. So my firm has a division that does divorce and family law. Yeah, of course I represent. Of course I recommend prenups.
Recommend
Yeah,
a prenup.
absolutely.
I'm screwed.
Yeah, prenups are
I'm
like.
sleeping with Luke.
But I heard they're not. I heard they're not fully. What? Give us a quick rundown on prenups.
I mean, the easiest way to think about it is you get married, right? You're sharing income, you're sharing assets, and if heaven forbid you split up, you need to have some easy way to divide these things. If you've ever had a breakup before, you're familiar that those things never go well, right?
Sure.
It's pretty rare, especially for you two, that your prior relationships went swimmingly, right? I'm
Sure.
sure you're getting hate mail to this day.
Sure.
So it would be really convenient if when shit hits the fan, you're like, oh shit, remember when we invested $5,000 25 years ago? You take this fucking house, I take this house, you take 50,000, I take, and we walk away. So
Okay.
a prenup is such a small investment of money and time that can save your life.
What's a prenup cost?
About $5,000.
5 G's, huh?
$5,000, something like that. You know, they're hourly retainers, but $5,000. What is a divorce cost? $200,000
Is that what a divorce costs?
if you have money.
you gotta kill her. I'm kidding.
If you have, look, if you have assets, obviously, if you don't have assets, you don't have these things, you don't got nothing to fight about.
Sure.
Do
But
you-
even poor people who have nothing are fighting all day long.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's tough. Yeah. It's there's so much emotion involved in that.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up in New York and in a lot of states. If you're the moneyed spouse, you have to pay the attorney's fees for the other side.
Yeah.
So now your wife's fucking someone else, the lawyer's fucking someone else. Like, you're fucked every way possible. It's just crazy.
Not you, obviously, but have you ever known?
It's getting hot in here.
Have you ever known colleagues that have gotten caught up in that? Like, you know, they're dealing with a divorce. They start banging the wife.
Oh my God, yeah. You could look it up.
It's hot. Sex.
I've seen those videos.
It's ripe.
It's an Al Pacino
It's a ripe situation for problems.
Sure.
And you have
Emotions are high.
Emotions are high. You're celebratory sometimes.
Sure.
You need attention. Blah blah blah. I mean, I've never seen it in my personal circle of friends
course.
and
Of
colleagues, but there are lawyers
The
and they get in
stories,
trouble,
yeah.
and it's, you know, you could look on the post.
That's
and
not
see-
illegal though for a lawyer to start banging.
It's unethical. You're gonna
No,
go in
you
front of the
can't-
board.
You can't. Ethically, you cannot really enter into a relationship with a client. When they're no longer your client, that's fair game.
Do whatever
But
you want.
while they're your client, no.
I'll be texting Todd later tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you wearing?
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of divorce, in The Sopranos,
Yeah.
which is 98% of my personality, when Carmelo wants to go ahead with the divorce proceedings, some lawyer tells Tony to go around and meet with all the top all the top divorce lawyers in the area so that she
There'd
can't
be a
hire him.
conflict.
Is that
Exactly.
true?
Yeah, absolutely. So what happens is, if you come to my firm for a divorce consultation, you tell me all your business and all your finances, and then you decide not to hire me, I possess that knowledge. If your wife or one of your baby mamas, I don't know how many you got at this point in time, comes to me and wants to talk to me about the case, but I know this information that I wouldn't know, but for you telling me, I cannot talk to her.
can't do it.
Can't talk
So
about
if you
it.
were smart and you hit a few people, you know,
Take out some of the big wigs.
it's a savvy move.
Is everything with you under lawyer confidentiality, even if somebody just goes and gets a consultation?
Yeah, absolutely. So I keep secrets for a living.
No
That's
matter
all
what
I do.
they tell you.
No matter what they tell me.
No kidding.
That
Yeah.
I would.
Somebody comes in and says, hey, I killed a homeless guy.
Yeah, I've had people come to my office who have killed people that day.
No shit.
Fuck out of here.
Just
Yeah.
that's smart though. Is that what you would recommend? Not obviously that,
I
but
mean, no, I don't. I'm
No,
not.
of
I
course,
don't
of course.
recommend
I'm s-
homicide as
no.
a general activity.
at all. I mean,
Of course.
But I'm just saying, if that were to happen,
I mean, most
you would
of-
go,
listen.
seeking counsel right away is probably
Look,
smart.
there's a number of smart things. One, everything's fresh right? So surveillance video that you could obtain is fresh. Eyewitness statements are fresh. If you're going to be arrested, you could at least go before a judge and say, look, I walked myself in. I surrendered.
What is
I'm
the
dealing
turning
this.
yourself in? Because that's what like rich people do. They get caught doing something like
Well, at the end
you
of
get a DUI, you don't get to turn yourself
Right.
in.
I see you on Monday.
So there's
I gotta
two
scramble.
scenarios about that, right? One is if you're wanted. So if you know the NYPD has an I card, which means an internal document that says they're going to pick you up, or an arrest warrant or a bench warrant, and you know you're going to get arrested, you could hire a lawyer, and your lawyer could arrange for you to surrender.
And they're cool with that typically.
Yeah, and it's smarter for everyone. They don't have to go look for you. You surrender on your own accord. You're prepared. You're wearing the appropriate clothes. You have what you're allowed, money, change. You don't have, I don't know, fucking a cell phone that's going to get, put into property vouchers and things like that. And then you get to go before a judge and say, Judge, there's no reason to hold me or issue bail.
I'm not going to run.
I knew I was under investigation, and here I am. I walked myself into the precinct. I walked myself into the court. I surrendered to the marshals, the FBI, so on and so forth.
That's pretty good. I had a buddy get arrested for he's moving a little bit of weight. He's dead now, so I can talk about it. But the cops, came up on his house, and he raised all of them and ran upstairs and put on his suit like he was in the mob.
Is that
so? He walked out. He walked out in his suit, and I was like, "That's fucking. I respect that shit."
When you say appropriate attire, what is the appropriate attire? What do you want to get arrested in?
Yeah.
But these, if we were going, just
I
say
think you
I had
guys
like a
look
DUI or like a possession charge or something. How's this?
I
Is
think
this
you
all
look
right?
sharp. I think
Don't you
look
kind of
sharp.
want to look schlubby a little bit?
I mean, it depends on
Like I don't
on
look
your
like I
angle.
got cash.
It depends on your angle.
Okay,
right?
yeah. Let us.
So there are some cases, for example, a DWI, where in New York City the judges rotate. It's not like you're going to be with the same judge. It's not going to remember you. They're not going to know you. It's going to make no difference. But if it's a more serious case and it's one judge throughout your case, absolutely. First impressions matter, how the judge views you, recidivism, deterrence, specific deterrence, general, all these things matter. And if you show respect to the court, at a minimum, that's a variable they're going to take into consideration.
What'd you think about that guy that jumped over the thing and fucking clotheslined the judge?
That was bananas.
That's crazy.
That
You know
was-
what I'm talking about? The guy
yeah,
that jumped
yeah,
sideways?
yeah, that was-
He's jammed up.
He's totally jammed up.
That would be a don't.
Yeah,
in
that-
your
I
book.
mean,
Yes.
on so many levels, that situation is terrible. But yeah,
Of course.
everyone saw that. It's horrible. And look, these judges and law enforcement and defense lawyers, it's not an easy world.
Not
We're
at
dealing
all.
with people who,
Sure.
Much respect.
are facing significant sentences.
Worst period of their lives.
The
a lot
worst,
of time. Yeah.
exactly. That's what I tell everyone. When they come to my office, that's the worst day of their life, generally.
Yeah.
That's a
Man,
strange
I hope I never
dynamic
fucking
to
see
be
you
there.
again.
I've heard that about cops too. It's like you see a cop typically at your lowest. No one's like, I just won the lottery. Let's grab
Exactly.
beers. It's like,
Exactly.
whatever happened.
And that's a big part of criminal defense work is managing that relationship. If you cannot manage that relationship, it's going to be impossible to succeed, as a defense lawyer.
Gotcha.
Have you had any of your clients where you're like, you gotta put on something better than that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
This is not the time to make political statements. This is not the time
Sure.
to do something that
The
could.
president made me do it.
And also, it's a very thin line as a defendant. Like, you're constantly balancing, like, you want to do right and get the best result, right? And you don't want to get yourself in further trouble. So you should always dress accordingly, act accordingly, be respectful. It
Not
all
on your
works.
phone.
And keep
Not
your
on-
mouth shut,
Keep
right?
your mouth shut and just play the game. This is a game. You got to play the game, like in anything in life.
Something I always like in movies is, so you got the detectives and all that stuff, but then like the DA's office has like their own investigators.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
they're always like older grizzled dudes.
Yes.
Got like a snub nosed 38. They got all the fucking hookups and all that stuff. I love those kind of characters. Does your as a defense attorney, do you guys
have, like,
have
private
somebody on
eyes.
the other
Yeah,
side of
absolutely. So those guys are great, especially in Danny and Manhattan. Those guys have been there for years. They know the city inside out. They really maneuver
that?
it real
Man,
savvy.
I wish I knew the city inside out.
And they know a different version of the city
Sure.
than a layperson. So we have private investigators on our side who are prior law enforcement, both on the state and federal level, that are similar, are paid significantly more.
Sure, private sector. That's
It's
what
the
you
private
do.
sector, and they have alternative sources of information that sometimes the government doesn't have. So, for example, they may know people on the street.
They're connected.
They're more connected.
They got CIs and snitches
Yeah,
all
well,
over the
they just-
goddamn city.
They know people who are more involved in particular crimes or investigations, and sometimes legally and ethically could provide some information that only a source like that could provide.
Good.
Has
Even,
it
he
ever-
dropped legally and ethically in there. Just
Has it
to-
ever gotten hairy for you? Like, have you ever had to like shake a tail in Chinatown or anything like that?
I mean, I'm doing this a long time. Obviously, I've been in some difficult situations, but I've
Sure.
never felt unsafe or anything like that.
Gotcha.
I felt uncomfortable, whereas probably best I wasn't at a meeting or at a restaurant or something like that. But that's a personal choice. That's a personal choice.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be that close either.
I gotcha.
Damn.
Man, you're fucking.
You're the
awesome,
coolest
dude.
guy I
Yeah,
ever
it's
met.
fucking on point.
All right, let's talk a little bit. Right.
Talk about flipping.
No, what are you, fucking
Talk
rat?
about turning states out.
You
Listen, we
fucking
can,
rat.
whatever you want to talk about, I'm all yours.
All right, let's just say you get pulled over, right? Let's do a little more low-level crime
Yeah,
that we might be able to help out some of
Yeah.
our listeners here. None of this Bitcoin fucking money laundering. No,
Let's keep it half a gram and under.
personal use.
Personal use.
Let's just deal with the next 24 hours of our respective
Sure, yeah,
lives.
yeah. Let's just say, you get, because one of the big things in the early 2000s was to quote the great Jay-Z, the glove compartment's locked and so is the trunk in the back. I know my
Absolutely.
rights, so you're going to need a warrant for that. And then me and my dirtbag friends, that was our excuse. It's in the trunk. It's in the glove box. They need a warrant. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Really?
So, well, let me backtrack. So first and foremost, if you're in a situation with law enforcement, you have to just comply. It's not
Yes.
it's not for you to
Okay.
have that conversation about the legality of a search.
What do you
right?
think
Like,
about?
All right, let's pull it back even
Yeah.
one step. You get pulled over.
You get pulled over. The first
You
thing
got
you want
something
to do
in the
is
trunk.
the first thing you want to do is make sure you don't get fucking shot. Right.
Yeah.
So put your hands up.
Sure.
Make sure they know that you're not a risk to their safety for everyone's benefit.
Yeah.
This is not the time to act fast.
So
or
don't
do
yell
thi-
out the window like, what took you so
Yeah,
long? Or
just-
nothing like
just
that.
put
I'm
your-
going to be going, I know Todd.
Yeah, just put your hands up and be respectful and let them do what they have to do.
And what about that bullshit that people do? They just crack the window like, I know my rights. I just have to
I,
crack.
this
Don't
is
do
not
any of that shit, right?
exactly. Your position is I've been pulled over. I'm going to respect authority. I'm going to do things the right way.
Gotcha.
I'm going to deal with the issues at the appropriate time. If
Right.
you're going to litigate the search, the seizure, probable cause, reasonable.
So you would say not recommend, but say they find they search the trunk. Your client can then go to you and go, they didn't have like you then fight that
Right,
the
exactly.
legality
If
of the search.
if it was my client, or I'm recommending to your listeners, if police come, you be respectful. You do not voluntarily open the trunk.
Yeah.
You're not legally required to do
idiots.
that. You don't voluntarily open the glove compartment. You certainly don't make admissions to anything.
If
Meaning,
they say, is there anything in the car we should know about?
you should say, I'm invoking my right to counsel, speak to my lawyer.
What if you don't have a lawyer?
You could still invoke your right to a lawyer
Yeah,
and
you
a
get
public defender.
But
Yeah.
you go, I ain't
Gotcha.
telling you shit. Then what do? They just arrest you?
Then, depending on the circumstances, they may go get a search warrant, right? Maybe they
Right
have-
there on the spot?
Oh,
They
yeah.
call
The
it
judges, I thought that take a couple days.
Not
No.
calling to the judge.
Absolutely no.
We got a
They-
guy here, car smells like
Yeah,
whatever.
or whatever. We got a call that someone was robbed and they made this description and it fits this car and the individuals in the car, and they could go to a judge and try to get a warrant. Then they get a
Damn.
warrant, they could get in. But without the warrant, you won't do
Just
anything.
say I'm waiting. I'm invoking my right to
and if
an attorney.
if you're savvy enough, but depending on the situation, you may have a lawyer on retainer,
Kind of
and
in
your
the
lawyer
back
could
seat.
come there.
yeah.
No
And the
kidding.
lawyer will show up.
If it listen
If
again,
it works
makes
out,
sense,
yeah.
you're just driving and you have a little bit of marijuana or something in the car, probably not. But if you're a target of a long-term investigation and
Right. You're moving weight.
and you know that there are real issues that are going to happen, irrespective of what they find in your car, or it's a stop on purpose because they're trying to confirm identity or location or something like that, you should call your lawyer.
They were tailing you.
Yeah, or anything. They could be connecting you to a warehouse or a car.
A
or
warehouse?
You know.
What are we in Gotham? What the fuck? Warehouse?
These crazy dudes are,
Listen, it's easy to forget, but there's 9 million people in New York City. There's real criminals doing real criminal
Sure.
shit, you know?
I'm just trying to get a bag,
Yeah.
dude. No, okay. Huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
but you got to
right.
be smart. You got to be smart. But to answer your question, it's for your lawyer to litigate the search and the seizure, not for you at that moment
be the lawyer.
of
To
try
high
to be-
tension with people with guns to argue it. Hey,
Very smart. I
right,
never
I'm
thought of it
invoking
that
my
way.
right to counsel. If you want me on the floor, I'm on the floor. I'm not opening anything. If they take your keys and open, so be it. You deal with it.
You can fight that.
Exactly.
The lawyer will fight that.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
smart. That's
Right.
very
and
smart.
obviously, you could have a camera in your car, which helps.
Well, that's what a lot of. I mean, that's
Or
what
jam you-
or
there's
jam you
footage
up.
of
Right.
everything now. I feel
Everything's recorded, and that's certainly smart, particularly if you're a criminal.
which we are not, by the way.
Right.
We are not
Right.
criminals.
This is all
by the way.
speculatory. Just
This is all he's a
you know.
character.
Kippy, Aura Frames, Aura Frames, Aura Frames.
Ooh, you mean the best digital photo frame in the biz?
The best digital photo frame in the business. You know why I said it 3 times?
Why?
Because you get 3 of them
Uh-huh.
for everybody on the list.
Sure.
You get one for grandma, you get one for the aunts, you get one for your grandpa. Gang, if you want this Christmas season to be easy,
Be a stud.
if you want this Christmas season to be no stress, not walking around the mall looking for this, looking for that, whatever it is, they don't want it. Get these old birds, these old guys, get them an Aura frame. They throw it on the counter. They get to watch the kids grow up. You upload the photos. They get to see what's going on. It is absolutely easy. Dude, order 5 of them. If you got 5 people to shop for, hit them with 5 Aura frames.
It's out the
boom,
door.
Boom, boom, You're done. They're going to love you.
I can't stress it enough. It makes it so easy. Just buy a handful of these. Oh, they get one at the office. They get one here. They get one there. You can upload your own personal video. So when they turn it on, it's boom, it's you. Hey, Nana, love you. Thanks for that. Make sure I'm in the inheritance. How you doing?
Sure.
For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using the promo code garbage at checkout. That's Aura, AURA frames.com. Promo code garbage. This exclusive Black Friday / Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply. Do it.
Do it. Kippy, this is Liquid IV.
Shout out to Liquid IV.
I got an update for Liquid IV. Now, listen, as we all know, Liquid IV is fantastic. They've been a sponsor for a while. They've blown up in popularity
Sure.
over the last few years. Everybody's on this stuff because it's fantastic. It rehydrates you if you're at the gym, if you're sick, if you're hungover. Unbelievable. Hydrates 3 times faster than water. But here is the turkey. You know what I stumbled across?
What's that?
I didn't even know existed.
What?
Concord grape.
Woo.
Let me tell you
great.
something, dude.
They got another new berry one that's
Dude,
killer.
My girl had to take it away. I'm doing like 3 and 4 in a day. I'm just crushing it.
Uh-huh.
So good.
It's good. Listen, it's well documented how great of a product they are. They have the convenient package. You dump into a bottle of water. You shake it up. It's got 3 times the electrolytes that lead sports drinks. There's no artificial sweeteners. You get your 8 vitamins and nutrients all in one spot. We have it. We do it every day when we get to the studio. On the road, it is a ritual. We wake up in the morning. We get in the car. We get to the airport. Bada bing. Everybody does a Liquid IV to stay on track.
Crush one after a night of drinking before you go to bed. You're going to wake up feeling like a dream.
That's a Kippy tip. Stay hydrated through the holidays and get Liquid IV with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use our promo code garbage. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code garbage at liquidiv.com. Do it. Yeah.
I assume you got some high-level clients that you are on retainer, so that if they call, you're down there.
Exactly. So
Middle of the night doesn't matter?
yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of clients like that.
You throw a suit on when you run down there?
Yeah, and we have suits in the office in case we have to.
do.
Great pivot. How many suits do you own?
I own.
There's a question we ask everybody.
I got owed 30 to 40 suits.
No shit.
But I wreck suits. Remember, I'm not living the high life. I'm not like a Goldman Sachs banker, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
running into jails and criminal court. Like I'm not living that life.
Yeah.
So the suits that
You
I
wear
have,
through 'em.
they wear through. So it's not that I'm like
Sure.
at the golf
Right.
club,
Yeah,
with all
yeah,
my
yeah.
suits. It's that I get a lot of wear and tear.
Gotcha.
Even though I'm sexy as hell, the suits still get
Hey,
wrecked.
Of course.
Guy's got a little bit of swag. to
Do
him.
you have any guidelines personally for yourself as far as like, I'm not going to wear this tie today. I don't like this tie. Does the case, does the judge, does the...
Yeah.
That's a bit of a flashier tie. Would
Yeah,
you wear that for like a
Absolutely.
white collar?
So I personally like Hermes ties.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, I do. That's like my one little indulgence. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Man, this guy, you're a dirtbag. I love it.
But it's a valid question. So, for example, I did a trial in Tampa, a federal trial recently, and after the case was over, I got to speak to the jury about things, and they mentioned like that they saw my watch and they thought it was flashy.
Whoa.
New York lawyer comes down
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell us.
Right. And so that, and I take all that sort of constructive criticism to heart, and I believe it.
You're doing focus groups after a
Not
trial?
really. Yeah, well, you want to find out what works, what didn't
Get
work.
the fuck out of here.
You're allowed to talk to the jurors. You're
Hey,
allowed
what
to.
jammed me up here? What
And
you guys like?
also, you could get information you may not have gotten unless you spoke to them. And maybe there's an issue for appeal, or maybe there's something
Oh,
to...
we thought this when they said that.
Or,
You can-
one of the other jurors told me we could be a danger, or someone slipped me money, or I don't know. You know, who
You
knows?
had that happen?
No, I've not had that happen.
Damn.
No, it's pretty legit. Everything's legit. in
Have
my-
you ever been close to being held in contempt?
I've had some circumstances that
Yeah.
I,
Or like one more
look,
time.
You're in trial. You're worked up. Lawyers, criminal defense lawyers live and breathe their cases. Good criminal defense lawyers. So if you have a case and you're passionate about it, and you've been working for 2 months and maybe 2 years to get to that point, it becomes your life. And if you feel strongly about something, you can easily be held in contempt. And this just happened with Young Thug in Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
The
him
lawyer
and
was
his
held
lawyer,
in
yeah.
contempt. And now in reality, that lawyer did a phenomenal job protecting his client's right, and it worked out in his
got
favor.
him off, right?
He got him a plea that's
Thug's free.
He got him a plea that he wouldn't have gone. But that's
Shut
to
up.
your point, that happens. And the lawyer, it's a very difficult position for a lawyer to be, but that's a salt of the earth lawyer who stood his ground.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's why Young Thug is living La Vida Loca now.
Is it true in this system that obviously, the better someone is at their job, the better it is? How do I word this?
Be careful. Tread lightly,
Yeah.
Mr. Foley.
Yeah, no admissions on the record.
No.
admissions on the record.
It's just that the more expensive the lawyer, the better the lawyer. The more
I
the
wouldn't
better
say
the better
that.
your chances of getting off are.
Okay, so I'll be honest and address that really in a comprehensive way. So one, there are lots of lawyers out there that are snakes and charge lots of money and don't do good work.
If you
Okay,
talk to my dad, it's all of them.
and there are lots of good lawyers that charge a lot of money and do tremendous work, and they
Right.
really provide comprehensive representation. So it's not a perfect answer, but 100% you need the resources to do the job, right?
Right.
Lawyers have to make money just like anyone else. So how much time is your lawyer realistically going to dedicate to your case for X amount of money?
Yeah.
That's kind of how you have to look at it, right? So a lot of times clients come in and they try to bargain and this or that, and I say that exact thing to them. And you don't want those cases because those folks will take every minute of your life. They'll never be happy. They get worked up. And if they're paying you every dollar, they're going to extract every drop of blood from you.
Yeah.
So I try to have very realistic conversations of what expectations there are, what's a realistic goal for your case. But 100%, it's expensive. It's time consuming. We have a large staff, people dedicated to your case. You got to have the resources, or we're not the right fit.
Do you guys do a payment plan, or do you
Yeah,
gotta
we
have?
work. Yeah, we have a finance department.
Oh,
They
no
do-
shit.
Yeah, they do payment plans.
All
They
right, that's
have
good to know.
various things that could help people.
So you get jammed up, you don't got to come in with $300,000 off,
No,
off
of
the
course.
rip.
Yeah, but 100% good legal, providers are going to cost a pretty
Good
penny.
stuff
It's
costs
gonna
money.
cost money.
Especially in New York City.
It's just time. You're paying for time.
Okay. What is the legality behind if, again, dirtbag drug dealers, if you're a cop, you got to tell me.
So it doesn't really work that way. It sounds like you're referencing someone who's an undercover,
Yeah.
right? And, if you're an
cover.
undercover buying something, there's no
That's what I
bright
want to
line
do,
rule
deep
that
cover.
says, oh, tell me if you're a cop and they have to do that. That's
Okay.
movie lore. But you shouldn't be in that situation to begin with, right?
Sure.
If you're having a
course.
conversation with someone, you're like, I'm doubting whether you're an actual purchaser of drugs or a police. You probably should not have entered the room
shouldn't be
where the
selling that
fucking
guy.
guy is, right? Like you
Sure.
should not be in that,
This guy's a street shooter, dude.
You're already not exceeding as a criminal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I always had, and I'm just being honest here.
Yeah.
I had some issues with substances years ago or whatever. I always was very paranoid about it. But in reality, is like as far as like an investigation, nobody's really looking for the end user,
No,
right?
absolutely not.
No, he would get coked up in his apartment and be worried that the
What
feds,
the fuck?
the feds were coming to
No,
get him.
absolutely not. No,
Rat
Yeah,
motherfucker.
looking at the people, thinking they're coming to get you.
Law enforcement has limited resources at the end of the day, right? Especially in New York City, especially on the federal level. They want big suppliers, distributors. They're not looking for someone who's a small user. But how do you get to those people?
You shake them down.
you get to the small
That's it's
uses.
yeah, okay.
So a lot of times what happens is if you're a middle, sort of low-level, mid-level drug dealer and you get jammed up, you're going to explore your options, and one option is going to be cooperating against
Deter.
someone higher, and that's the game. Unfortunately, that's the reality.
I'm talking end.
Yeah, but
end
no,
user.
absolutely not.
Fingers in the
and the
butt.
truth is, and this goes back to the lawyer and sort of the skill set, but there's all these alternative programs in New York for low-level possession cases, even cases where you have possession with intent to sell, where you could get judicial diversion and the case gets dismissed by doing some treatment. So if you're savvy as a criminal defense lawyer, there is an angle of that, which is take the facts of your case and make them fit into something else.
Gotcha.
So we'll represent drug dealers who have significant amounts of weight and they have a drug issue and they need treatment.
So you
and they
can get them to,
treatment.
hey, do
Exactly.
6-month program, whatever it is.
And
Blurring
look,
the line.
that's the reality of a lot of drug dealers of that level, right? You buy enough so you have some.
Sure. We used to call it a head stash.
That's
Getting high on your own supply.
But I will tell you
Tony
something.
got jammed up down in Miami.
I'll tell you something that is a problem is idiots buying drugs online. We have clients
That's insane to
who
me.
will go on the dark web and get coke and meth and get it
like
delivered.
is it like large amounts or
It'll
like
be like an 8-ball, like it'll be enough. But what the fuck? You're literally buying it with crypto that is traceable one way or the other to a wallet, to something, to your IP, to something, and then it's getting shipped to your fucking house or your apartment.
Jesus?
Like that is insane.
That's insane to me.
Like that's truly insane, But if you happen to get jammed up, you know who to call. Got you.
Yeah, dude. This is all right.
On those terms, and this is strictly hypothetically,
You want to get a bag?
extradition-wise, just as somebody with expertise, where would you go if you didn't want to get sent back?
I mean, it's complicated because obviously the vast majority of countries do have treaties.
Sure.
But there are some
treaties that will send you back.
Yeah, and it's a nightmare. You get picked up in a foreign country and you're going through extradition and then going to get extradited to the United States. That's an epic nightmare.
But you got to go to their prison for a little while.
Then you got to wait for the marshals or whoever to come pick you up and bring.
You're probably
it's terrible.
begging for them at that point.
Well, exactly. So almost every case that we have where someone is going to be extradited, we generally advise them to waive extradition and come back. Almost every case.
Gotcha.
But there are countries that.
But if you get picked up down there, you can't say that, hey, I'm going to go straight to the thing.
And also, it goes back to if you're going to be extradited, think about it on a financial crime. If you're going to be extradited from Spain, let's say, and face charges.
I'm not going to be
in the
to
Southern
Spain.
District, right? And now you're going before a judge who's like, you have no ties to the U.S. You've committed a large-scale financial fraud. You don't have much going for you to stay out of prison pending trial. But if you knew about an investigation, voluntarily
Return
flew
yourself.
over,
Like, look, it's good sign of good faith.
exactly. So that's that. But
Heard you
certain-
guys are looking for me.
but there are countries. Lebanon doesn't.
Really?
I'd rather do 35 years.
Now, exactly. Now I don't know. I was going to say.
Fucking Rikers.
I was going to say there are some places I
How
don't
about
know if you'd rather
Cancun,
be there.
something nice.
Yeah, no, Cancun, you're dead to rights. You're coming home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is have you had or what's the you get set bail and like my the little that it's 10%, right?
Yeah.
So if you get $1 million bail, you got to put up 100,000.
So yeah, there's 3 different types of bail
Okay.
traditionally in New York, right? There's cash bail, which is $50,000. You bring $50,000, you post it with the court, you get released.
Where does that money go? Who's getting that
It's
cash?
just held in an account and then released to you at the end of the case minus a 3% administrative fee.
Oh, so you get that back?
That's straight cash bail you get back.
Even if you get convicted or not?
Absolutely. That's just
That's just to show you show up,
yeah,
right?
it's a security, right? It's saying to the court, look, I'm coming back. You're holding $50,000. When this case is over, I get it back, no matter what. Now, if you abscond,
kidding.
if
What's
you
that mean?
abscond, if you
Bam.
flee,
Hit
if you
Lebanon.
dip, peace, you know what I mean? If you're out, then they forfeit that money, and that does
The
happen.
state gets that.
and the state gets it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's one. Then there's partially secured bonds, which is you're paying a percentage, 10% to the court, and you're showing to them that you have sufficient financial resources to pay the whole thing in the event your loved one,
Gotcha.
and that's another option. And then there's bail bondsmen.
Dog the bounty hunter.
Which is, yeah, run that. So you get, they put the money up.
Yeah. So for example, someone gets arrested and the bond.
I love Dog the Bounty Hunter.
And the bail's
Gotta get off the ice,
$50,000.
bro.
One option, someone comes to court, pays $50,000 cash. One option is a partially secured bond. which you're paying 10%, which will be higher than the 50,000. So it'll be like 100,000. You're paying the court 10%. You're signing the bond, proving to the court, look, I work full time. This is what I do. Here's how much I make. Here's my savings. Here's everything. And the court approves you. You're released and you get that money back. And then there's a bail bondsman who charges a fee. So they take the 10%, but then they also charge their own fee, and they may require collateral. They may say, I'll post the 50,000 or 200,000 because it'll be higher, but you pay me 10% and you put up your house, right? Because they're taking the risk. They're underwriting it for you.
Jesus.
So it gets complicated. And back to your question about having a lawyer on retainer, the more sophisticated the criminal, the more sophisticated bail package they're going to have prearranged for when shit hits the fan.
What do you mean? Like they'll already have
Set up perfectly so the day it goes down,
I got $100 grand in an account. Here's a house.
Here's all clean money. Here's tracing it. It's nothing to do with anything.
Jesus Christ.
You know, bail bondsman's on call, whatever you
Sure,
need.
it's already worked out. So it goes, call my lawyer. He's executing everything.
Exactly.
I'll be out of here for lunch.
But that's why, back to, obviously that costs money. All these things cost money because it's time. So it is valuable, right? It is a valuable service. The less time you're in prison, certainly the better.
So Lebanon, huh? Anywhere else?
There are other countries that don't extradite.
Does Russia extradite?
Belize.
Russia, no. Russia's a
I
problem.
gotta
also.
go over there and play
I
ball.
don't,
now.
but the problem is all these countries are at war. Like I don't know, I don't know if you really.
I'm
like,
rolling my dice with
you
three
know,
hots and a cot. Now,
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're into, but
Costa Rica?
I think Costa Rica does extradite.
Bastards.
Pretty much all the countries that you would think would
where
extradite
you'd wanna
will
go.
extradite, right?
Yeah.
It's the ones that you don't want to go to, right? It's like those random TikTok videos where it's like, I'm a fucking world traveler. Here I am at like the one person in Iran. Check it out. Yeah, you could go there too.
Are verbal agreements legally binding?
Hard to prove. So it's not a question of whether they're legally binding. They can be, but somehow you have to prove it extrinsically. How are you going to prove that you have that?
So both people would have to be like, yeah, we said that, we said that, and then.
Or we agreed that I was going to buy your computer for $500, right?
Whoa, hey.
And
let me wipe it first.
And then there are some texts to support that. And then he's a witness to our conversation. And then I sent you $500 and you wrapped it up, something
Yeah,
like that.
Okay.
But again, why the fuck would you have a verbal contract when you could write it all out on a piece of paper quite easily?
I do.
Same as like the prenup. It's the same analysis,
Sure,
right? Why
sure.
would you be in that situation to begin with?
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah.
You're
keep
thinking
your
about
nose
your
clean.
business agreements
I'm
as
a
we
very
speak.
handshake kind of guy. Which,
No, always you got to have
gotta
agreements.
write it
You got to
down.
have
That's what
agreements. You got to
everybody
do it
tells
the
me.
right way, and it avoids issues. We could write up a little dissolution agreement when we're done with this. Okay,
he's already closing, dude.
Do you ever eat in the courtroom?
in the courtroom.
Yeah. Like what if you got like
hold
a,
on, Your Honor, let me just take
if
down
you
this.
got a long trial day and you're in there for like
so-
8 hours?
Yeah, so
Some almonds or something.
you know
Kit
the
Kat.
good thing about Manhattan is there's great inexpensive quick food everywhere. Chinatown is right next
Yeah,
to the
right
port.
there, yeah.
So I'll take down some soup dumplings real quick if I have
Sure.
to.
Knock 'em
but
down.
but I'll bring something in my bag, almonds or a little protein bar or something.
Nothing. You wouldn't bring the dumplings in there, right?
No, I'm
Start
not bringing
stinking
the
up the
dumplings.
joint.
No.
Is it very much, again, like go back to like Law and Order, like the TV shows, like you walk out and do you like then have a back and forth with the DA on that big set of stairs?
Oh, yeah,
and
you
you're
guys
like,
chop
good
it up?
job, McCoy. I'll see you
I
next
mean,
time. or
look,
whatever.
obviously that's a very glorified
Got
version
lucky
of the
today,
events.
Spodek.
But 100%, look, you know these lawyers, you know the prosecutors, you know the judges, you're there every day. You know, my firm is at least, and you have a rapport with them, right?
Sure.
And it's very collegial, it's very professional. So you will say, look, you did a great job, or I can't believe this happened at trial or something
Sure.
like that. But no, it's not like the whole world stops and I walk down the steps gracefully and the music plays and everything's perfect.
Produced by Dick Wolf.
Yeah.
Are there lawyer bars down there that are
Yes.
nice that you guys like to
Really?
go
Yes,
to?
yes. There are a
Probably
lot of
nice
so
joints.
I'm not going to say they're nice.
Of course. Oh,
but
okay.
behind criminal court, there's a few bars that all the court staff, the officers, lawyers,
Really?
defense lawyers go, and it's fun. It's crowded. You know,
Yeah.
lawyers drink.
Have you gone?
Good
af-
lawyers drink. Good lawyers
Have
drink.
you gone after?
So do bad comedians.
Have you gone after a long day and sit there and had like a scotch?
No. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
Oh.
And what do you mean? Especially if you have, listen, if you're on trial all week and you have a client with you at the end of the week and he's out or she's out, like she's not incarcerated, they're going to want to have a drink with you.
Cocktail.
They want to spend that time. They want to connect.
Have you
Sure.
ever had anybody on house arrest?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
That's a federal thing, though. That's not a state. I mean, it exists in the state, but it doesn't practically exist. So on the federal level,
Really?
Well, they got Vinny with the skinny.
I have lots of clients on house arrest on the federal level.
Is
Really?
there? Do you ever see Michael Clayton?
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, great. It's a fantastic one.
That's all I got.
You want to go watch it and get a whiskey and some
Are there
dumplings?
dudes like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, there's the
He
thing.
was awesome.
The thing
He was
about
the fixer.
criminal defense lawyers are they're usually like involved in a lot of things and they know a lot of people, and sometimes you wind up in business with people and different things, all legally, all ethically.
Sure.
But you're in, opportunities present themselves, whether it be someone selling a bar, selling a house, XYZ. So yes, there are people like that. There are people who know the right people to fix a situation or can certainly expedite situations. Same way I could get bail posted probably quicker than someone else because I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I know
Sure.
the shortcuts to do it.
Nice. Is there anything you could see at your law firm where you could use a couple of guys like us?
Listen,
Put me on.
there's
the
always
payroll.
I
opportunities.
mean, we're not from the streets or anything like that, but like I said, I got a past.
I think,
You need a guy to do blow. That's what he's asking.
No, but yeah, I know how to handle myself.
Where?
I don't
The
know.
dumpling shop? Get outta
I
here.
think you both seem really relatable, and I think people would relate to you. So
I'm talking like CI work, investigate.
okay.
Doing
Undercover work.
stakeouts.
Yeah, I don't think on my end, but I'm certain that there are opportunities out there. You might want to check LinkedIn or something. I
I
don't know.
do accents.
You know,
All right, mate, give me the drugs.
Okay.
I'm watching it.
What's the deal with citizens arrest?
citizen arrests are a nonsense thing that don't really happen. Like
Okay.
it never happens, and good luck trying to arrest someone and being like, "This is a citizen's arrest." Okay,
Let me see your
people are
hands.
getting fucking killed left and right all over the place. It's a crazy world out there. I would not
Sure.
recommend anyone be like, "Oh, okay, today I'm going to get my paper badge and do some citizen arrest."
Sure.
What's the lunch situation over at the office? When like a client,
You guys do a big spread?
yeah, when like you got a $high client, you got a conference room over there, right?
Yeah, we have
Okay.
2 conference rooms.
All right, let's check one. Make sure you got the conference
Yeah,
room.
you got to make sure you have that.
They
I'm not
walk
taking fucking meetings in his office. Fucking my high-end criminal defense attorney better have a goddamn conference room.
You got the spread out, the bagels.
No, we don't really do it like that. If someone's there, we have a kitchen that has some like light refreshments. You know,
You got what kind of water
What do
you
you
got?
got?
in there? You got
we
have
have
a
sparkling water. Yeah, of course.
What do you
we
do,
got spark-
Pellegrino?
Yeah, we do Pellegrino. Yeah, come on. LaCroix also.
Really?
LaCroix,
You got
yeah.
LaCroix. We
Yeah.
come into the office right now. What do you got?
LaCroix.
Pellegrino, LaCroix.
What about a snack?
We have some protein bars, some Power RX bars, things like that. We have a lot
Okay.
of chewing gum. We have a lot of
Okay.
chewing gum.
Sure.
Lawyers talk a lot. You need to
Sure.
have chewing gum. But if you were coming and we're having a real meeting, we may order lunch. Something
Okay.
like that. There's a
I'm
number
paying
of places
for that, though, right?
We're
You're
paying for
well,
that,
it depends. It depends on the situation. Sometimes I'm paying. Sometimes you're paying.
Do you usually do lunch at the office?
I don't eat lunch.
Oh, you're fucking hired, dude. This guy's a fucking Terminator.
Too busy out
I haven't
here
had
saving
lunch in 15 years. I don't fuck with lunch.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Well,
I'm on
did-
the grind until dinner, but then I'm eating a proper dinner.
Did you have breakfast? Do you have breakfast?
Sometimes
What are you having for? What'd you have for breakfast today?
eggs
At the house.
at the house.
So you get a. What is? Yeah, take us through.
Take you into my personal life.
Yeah.
Your damn. Just
You
as
wake up-
Somebody that's got to have their shit together.
I have 2 small kids.
2 small
Okay,
kids.
I have 2 dogs.
Okay.
So my house is hectic.
Okay.
So in the morning,
What time you getting up?
I get up between 5 and 6.
What time do you go to bed?
Ideally by like 11.
Damn, that's fucking. I'd blow my brains out.
Yeah.
If I don't get 19 hours, I'm fucking
Yeah.
useless.
I ain't worth shit.
No, it's and I'm on the phone 24/7.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
two-
hey, you have 2 phones.
I have 2 phones and I'm on the phone 24/7. So when I do check out, I want to be off. Don't call me. I don't want to talk to anybody.
But you have situations where, and I'm sure clients where
100%.
you're available. Are there people you're available to do 24/7?
Yes.
Are we 2 of them?
Yes.
I emailed you. You
the
didn't get back
producer.
to me.
The producers. You know.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so when I wake up, I have to deal with the kids and the dogs.
Of course.
So I have a boy and a girl, and they both have to get out of bed.
Right.
Which alone could be like a 3-hour process.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Then they got to get dressed, which is like, it's 7 o'clock at this point, okay? It's basically dinner time.
Damn.
And then I got to get them to school. I take them to school. That's one of the things I like to do. So,
Okay.
That's great.
You know, so that that's a priority for me, and I make that a priority every day. And I take the dogs when I walk my daughter to school. My son takes the bus, and it's hectic. It's
Then you
really
come back
hectic.
and have your eggs?
No, this
do it
was that
before.
breakfast. So I'm making them breakfast, and I'm eating. Like I'm
Gotcha.
cooking and eating.
Scrambies?
Scrambies, of course. Come on.
Cheese?
Depends. Sometimes my son doesn't want cheese.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I figured
Come
you
over
would
sometime. I'll make it for you.
I'll
would
never
fi-
leave, dude. He
I
will
would
never
figure
leave.
you would have to have like some time in the morning to like
Yeah.
get your shit together,
Yeah.
like focus.
Yeah,
and,
no,
like, you
I
know.
think you should talk to my wife about that. I think we should conference her in.
I'm defending it to your wife.
I got one final question.
Yeah,
More of
yeah.
a. Do you think the guy in Making a Murderer did it? Did you see that?
I did see that.
And what do you think?
I think he did it.
You think he did it?
Yeah.
Making the guy that put the pushing the lady down the steps?
No,
No.
that's the staircase.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
No, I didn't watch
that
that
one's
one.
pretty crazy.
No, listen, true crime right now is at like an all-time high.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like people are obsessed. Every day there's another amazing story. The Menendez brothers is all over the news.
You think they're going to get out?
I think they are going to ultimately get out. Yes, I do. I
But they're
think.
served what, like
Yeah,
30
they're served like
years.
35 years.
Yeah.
I think the dynamic has changed. The science of that type of evidence has changed. Abuse of males
It's
has
more
changed.
prevalent-
It's
is
more
more- is
prevalent.
more
They
aware.
kind of swept out under the rug when they tried him, right?
Yeah, I think they did. And that's a hard balance. You know, like there's no question that they shot and killed their parents at point blank range, which certainly is an atrocious, horrible act. And these people suffered immensely.
Like you said, there's some things that you can't.
Right,
That
exactly. Listen, I'm not one to sugarcoat the thing, but at the same time,
I love how he's going, there's no evidence that they did it.
but at the same time, if they were in fact abused, that's a significant driving force.
Motive.
To it,
Sure.
you know, and that deserves a punishment that's different than just a straight murder, right?
Sure, yeah, you
It's
gotta
a totally,
take
it's a
extenuating
variable.
circumstances.
Yeah, that's what this all is. It's all these variables that are playing. It's
And
like,
massaging it in to go this,
And
this
figuring it
led
out,
to this.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
What's your favorite steakhouse in the city?
Peter Luger's, obviously.
he's a Luger's Brooklyn kid.
Come on, I'm a Brooklyn
Luger's.
kid. I have the menu framed in my office.
Do you really?
Of course.
Why?
Yeah, because
Just
I love Luger's. I've
no
gone there.
shit.
Yeah, it's
What's
my
the
favorite.
order? Run me down the order.
Porterhouse medium rare. I don't go, like, depending on how many people are at the party, I don't go too big, though. That's a rookie mistake. So let's
Sure.
just say you have 6 people, only go 5.
Porterhouse for 5.
Right, because you're never going to want that much because you're going to have the bread with the cocktail sauce. You already took down like 2 pieces of bacon. You got the cream
I
spinach.
put the onions on those
the
rolls.
onions. You got the home fries. So I'm already in deep. But that's my menu. That's my meal.
What's
always.
your cocktail kicking off the dinner?
At a steakhouse, dirty martini, blue cheese olives.
My man. Hots and vodka martini?
Yeah. Duh. No, gin.
What kind of vodka?
Tito's. Come on, man. I'm Brooklyn. What do you think? I'm going to be Kettle One or something?
I
Get
don't
outta
know.
here
I
now.
can't.
That's my order.
Yeah, of course.
Filthy.
I only drink straight booze. Like it's either martini, beer, wine.
What's the go-to
bourbon.
beer?
I like hazy IPA because I'm a
Dude,
Brooklyn
you're
guy.
a dirtbag. Straight kid. That's a
I
lawyer
gotta
you
tell
want.
you. I gotta tell you how it is.
He's
you
got
know?
2 flower powers
You
in
know,
him.
hazy IPA are delicious, man. I'm not gonna lie.
You do an espresso after dinner?
I don't do any espresso, nothing like that.
You do coffee?
Coffee. Do I
Oh,
do
you drink coffee
I mean,
now.
yeah, I do a lot of coffee in the morning, and then I'm done.
Peel back.
Yeah.
What's
then
your
done.
after dinner drink?
Bourbon or something like that?
Remy Martin?
No, I would do something.
Remy Martin.
Yeah,
I mean,
Remy
the-
Martin is a little bit more like Busta Rhymes or something. Okay, I'm not doing
That was
Remy
my
Martin.
drink.
You know, I would do like Bullet Bourbon or something like that. you
Okay.
know.
Guy's a goddamn.
Yeah.
He walks
Sharp.
in both worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
Bit of a gentleman,
exactly.
bit of a dirtbag, and I
Exactly,
like it.
That's it.
That's who you want.
That's why I
defending
knew
you.
I'd be home here. That's
Yeah.
why I knew.
Are you in the suit? Like if you don't have, you don't have court today.
I have court today.
You have court today?
I came here from court.
What?
Yeah,
You came?
dude. If I had court, I wouldn't do anything for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
You're going to
crazy.
do a pie,
Yeah.
and then you got to go back to court.
No, now I'll go back to my office to deal with more mission.
Whatever's
costs.
happening,
more
yeah.
drama.
Well, let's say you don't have court. Are you still?
Every day I'm in a suit, except weekends when I'm like with my kids, not in a suit.
Man.
Yeah.
Dry cleaned?
Yeah, you have to dry clean them. Yeah.
You're washing them at the
I
house.
don't
No,
know.
you have to dry clean. You
Your
have
dry
to-
cleaning bill's probably gonna be pretty.
It's high. It's high.
The company takes care of that.
But like I said, I wreck suits. I'm on the street. I'm
Yeah,
taking
you're
the
running
train
and
all
gunning.
day. I'm going to Rikers. I'm going to jail. I'm not living that high life.
When
where
was the
it's-
last time you were at Rikers?
Last week.
No shit.
How do you get there? You don't take the train, do you?
I don't have to take train. I could drive, obviously, or take a taxi, but it's such a fucking nightmare driving in the city. It's like a 5-hour journey to get anywhere. So I would sooner take public transportation. But I grew up, I don't mind public transportation. I'm not that
You
guy.
grew up with it.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a schlep. You got to take the F train to Long Island City, then you got to take the Q101 bus over the bridge to Rikers. But I could be on the phone. I could
Doing
do
work.
things. Yeah.
Man, you're fucking doing it.
Yeah, I'm in the
This
move.
guy's killing it.
Goddamn Superman, this dude.
Jesus Christ.
I love it, dude.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Todd Spodak, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much,
Premier
man.
criminal defense attorney, the Spodak Law Group over there in Brooklyn. Downtown.
Downtown.
Downtown at the Woolworth Building. The Woolworth Building.
It ain't cheap.
That ain't Boscov's, baby. I'll tell you that. Buddy, we can't thank you
Yeah,
enough for
thank
coming.
Thank you
to
so
us.
much for
It's been
having me.
This
an
is
education.
fantastic.
I appreciate
You
it.
were absolutely fantastic. We love you. If you ever need anything from us,
Yeah.
our door's always open.
Okay,
And I
absolutely.
hope that reciprocates
Absolutely.
the other way.
Anytime.
Hit me with one of them porterhouses.
Anything you want the folks out there to know?
Plug away
Listen,
website.
Any
anything?
dates you got coming up you want to plug?
Listen, I think the best thing to take away from this is if you get jammed up, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up and say I'm invoking my or plead the fifth.
Yeah,
That's
just
what
say
I do.
talk to my lawyer. That's
Talk
it. And
to
give
my
him my
lawyer.
number, and we're good. We'll work it out. Don't
Love
worry.
it.
Todd Spodak. I'm all nervous. Start running out of here. Flip the table over. Todd Spodak, ladies and
Thank you,
gentlemen.
brother. Appreciate you.
Kippy, you got anything for him?
No, guys, we're off the road for a little bit. Check out the AYG and Friends show. They're dropping every month on the YouTube page. We love yous.
Gang, we love you. Todd, we love
I
you,
love
buddy.
you too, baby.
See
Okay.
you next week.
Peace. Is it garbage if your dad won an episode of Fear Factor in 2005 and still talks about it?
Whole bowl of roaches.
Dude, that's such a dad thing to brag about.
He definitely still has the tape, too.
He said season 6, episode 3.
Gang, AYG Live, AYG Live, AYG Live. Grab the squad and come out and see the boys in Red Bank, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and all along that Route 66 tour. All tickets available at rugarbage.com.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
Oh, yeah.
It's that little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out if they're good to be classy. Yeah. They're just a big old piece of trash. Trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Tootie's in the new edition. She just got picked up by the cops selling bootleg Pokemon cards.
Okay.
We'll be paying for that bail in a couple of days.
Sure.
My co-host is coming at you from right next to me, unamused this week, swing and a miss. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage? He is an international businessman and the king of the boardwalk, baby. Give it up for KJ, Kevin James Ryan.
What up, gang? Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. As you know, those numbers are
True to riff.
cooking. And obviously, the greatest website of all time, www.patreon.com/RUGarbage. Gang, it's a gosh darn party over there.
And how about a nice shout out to our producer extraordinaire, the old magic man. Makes us all look good. Works the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s. He crosses the T's and he dots the I's. Give it up for T-Bone McScruffins. Toby McMullen, everybody.
What up, boys?
What
Hey,
up,
pal.
T-Bone?
I'm stoked. The guy we got in here, funny as hell, and about as chill as you can be as a human being.
Real cool cat.
Get a pulse on this kid. Jesus. You rolled in. I didn't even know you were behind me. Gang, the long hair ain't lying because we could be more excited to have our incredibly, and I mean incredibly special guest here with us today for the first time. He is a very funny, very successful stand-up comedian and podcaster, and you might have seen him in, but not limited to. You got Lights Out with David Spade. You got the stand-ups, Nosy Neighbors. You got That's My Time with David Letterman, the Joe Rogan Experience. You can hear him every week on his amazing podcast, BS with Brian Simpson. He's on tour right now. Go to BrianSimpsonComedy.com to check out some dates, and he's got a special over there on the Netflix.
Oh, boy.
Live from the mothership. Give it up for Mr. Brian Simpson, everybody. There he is. The big man.
What up, big dog?
What's happening?
Thanks. Thanks for
You
coming.
did a little day drinking, didn't you? You meant today.
Yeah, I mean, a little something.
Oh, take the edge off. You know what I mean?
Y'all, but y'all just got a lot of energy.
It's mostly Coke.
Yeah. Because y'all didn't give me any kind of, y'all didn't go, we're going to turn it up to 10. Right when the
We
pot-
were in
you
here
know what I mean?
sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yelled hike real quick.
So, yeah, did you give him the breakdown? Yeah. I was like, welcome to the fucking show, everyone.
We started hitting each other.
Yeah, just went straight Custy the Clown. All right.
I love it.
I love it. Give us the backstory. Give us the origin story of Brian Simpson. Where are you from?
I was born in Washington D.C.
All right.
Put into foster care in Maryland, which is right next to the D.C.
Now,
Really?
At
I
what
didn't know
age?
this.
Yeah, I was 6.
Wow.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then when I was 11, I got taken out of foster care, moved in with my dad,
Okay.
and then when I was 13, I got put back into foster care.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then I bounced around till I dropped out of high school, and then
Mhm.
I joined the Marine Corps.
Really? I did not know this.
I did know that. Yeah.
Moved to California.
Holy shit.
Started being encouraged to do stand up. Was too pussy.
Okay.
Got out the Marine Corps. Worked at Intel for a little while up in there in Portland. There.
Okay.
Then I left Portland. Moved back home. Worked at the Pentagon for a little while. Got laid off.
What?
No shit.
Yeah. Moved back to California.
This kid's been all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Went to started going to school. Started taking philosophy.
Okay.
And tried stand up for the first time, and then that kind of made me drop out of school.
That took off then there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Any brothers and sisters, or was it just you?
No, I got a lot of brothers and sisters.
You have lots of brothers, but you guys were all broken up.
Yeah.
And how was the foster care situation? The first one, were they good people? Were they cool to you, or was it a bad situation?
The first one, no, the first one was dope.
What happened at 6 that happened? You
That
went to
yeah.
foster care.
Oh my biological mom had disappeared
Okay.
and left us with her mother.
Okay.
Okay, so you're with your grandmother.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then that was right when they started giving a fuck about latchkey kids or whatever. So we had a nosy ass neighbor. That,
Sure. Somebody better watch these kids.
yeah, she called the cops and
No shit.
we got taken from her
Jesus.
and we got put with a
How many kids were there at that time?
just 2 of us.
Just 2 of you.
But we got put with an auntie, and our auntie already had 2 kids.
Uh-huh.
So it became like we got to look for somewhere for them to be.
Uh-huh.
So then we ended up going with his, because he and I had different dads. We went with his dad's mom because she was already a foster parent.
Okay. All right.
So you're relatively in the family a little bit.
No, not really.
I was trying to give a silver lining there.
Nah, that's his grandmother. Like if you think it's hard for a stepchild, imagine being a step grandchild.
Yeah. There's no love
You know?
there.
So it was that kind of thing, and then my biological dad popped up and took me out of it.
Okay.
But my
Okay.
brot's not his son, so he didn't take him.
So
So that's
he
how
got you.
we got split up. You know, and then he was like, "Oh, this motherfucker, I can't handle this motherfucker."
Sure. All right. So you said at 13 you met he pulled you out.
You know, actually, no, that's wrong. At 11,
At 11 he pulled you out.
yeah, I was 11.
And
Okay.
kept you till you were 13, then you went back into foster.
Right.
Did you go back to the same house, or was it a different situation?
No, totally different situation.
And your brother was out of the picture.
Right, because the first time was DC foster kid.
Uh-huh.
The second time was Maryland's foster kid.
Different
And
system.
how was that family?
The first one was cool too. The first one was cool. The first few, actually, most of them was cool people.
They were nice?
But and the crazy ones, I just rebelled. Like the ones I didn't like.
How often were you switching?
I never lived anywhere longer than a year and a half.
No
Jesus,
shit, man.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you still talk to your brother now? Are you guys
Yeah.
cool? Everything's good?
Yeah, I mean, we all grown now.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that survived is doing pretty good.
What?
How many brothers and sisters total? How many siblings?
7.
Okay.
Well,
Damn.
not saying mom and dad. Different mom, different dad,
Nope.
et cetera, et cetera.
Different mom, different dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they take you on vacation and shit as a kid? Would you do stuff like that? Or was it pretty brutal?
Oh, like come get you out of the foster home and go on vacation with everybody?
No. Would the foster care families take you on vacation?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it depends on the family.
Right.
Some people, it was just like, you're being warehoused. You know what I mean? Like, you're being stuffed in. so
You're
we
just
can-
being shelved here, yeah.
Right.
Jesus.
And so it really depends on, like, the more you get moved around, the harder it is to find somewhere for you to go. Because
Right.
Right.
everybody's like, well, what the fuck happened with
Why
the
does
last
he keep
one?
moving?
Right.
Yeah.
So you get labeled like a problem child.
When you would rebel, what would that look like? What would you do?
I would just use the only power every kid has. It's like, no, fuck you. Nope, fuck you. Make me. You know what I mean? It was that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm like one guy, it was this one home, one of the few that had both parents.
Uh-huh.
and the dad used to have this paper route.
Okay.
And so when I first got there, like literally my first day there, it was like, Sunday morning come around and I hear the whistle from the top of the stairs. And all the other kids hop up, get dressed. Come on, let's go, boo. We got this long ass paper route. We're all like putting together the newspapers, throwing it back in the truck. And then at the end of that day, you know, I'm like, so
Where's my cut?
No, right. Well, it wasn't even that, but I was more like, hey, can I get a juicy from the store? You know, type of shit. And he was like, where you gonna get that from? I'm like, well, I just figured since we helped you make money,
Spread the wealth, Daddy.
you know, and it turned into, and he was like, no, that's not how it works. That's your chores. I'm like, that shit
Yeah,
might
your
work on all
chores
these
shouldn't
other
be
kids.
getting him paid.
How many
yeah.
kids were in that foster house?
At that time, probably 6.
So it's not like I always had the assumption that a foster home was you had a wife and a husband and wife that took foster kids in and treated them as if they were their family.
No, that's called an adoption.
Foster family seems more like he's starting a business.
Yeah. So he
Cheap
had
labor.
6 kids in there, and he was making them do his paper route
Yeah.
and keeping the money.
Yeah, and then the next day, he woke everybody up, and I didn't go. Like, he kept calling down the stairs, and
Yeah,
I was like,
sure,
fuck
fuck him.
you. You know, and it turned into this whole
No shit.
thing. I'm like, nah, like, I know, you know, and that was before I read Marx or anything. I was just like,
Before
nah.
I read Marx. God damn, dude.
I was just like, I'm not fucking
Yeah, I'm
working
not
for
getting
free.
it. Yeah.
Taxation without representation.
And he wouldn't give you kids any money. He wouldn't give you an allowance or
He
anything.
wouldn't even give me any money, but not only would he not give me money, but he wouldn't even buy my damn 99-cent juice.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, nah, fuck that.
What
Damn.
was dinner like at like that house specifically?
Oh, dinner was great because the mom
Threw down?
was a chef. She was
Okay.
she was a chef at a resort.
Okay, so she was cool.
Yeah, she was hella cool. You know,
Okay.
she was a little religious,
Gotcha.
I feel like a lot of them are sometimes. From the
Yeah.
stories I've heard.
but it's like that's just always cap.
Yeah.
But they would make you guys would sit down as a family and have dinner?
No,
No.
because you couldn't make these. You gotta understand, these ain't the kind of kids that you can make do stuff.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's more like
Were the kids worse than you? Like when you're acting out, were there like some bad?
every single one of them was worse.
Really?
Did you have your own room?
No, absolutely not.
How many
That'd be
kids
a
were in
big
the room?
fucking house.
I mean, the most kids I was ever in one room with was 3.
Jesus. Bunk beds?
Yeah, bunk bed.
Were you able to put like posters and shit up on the wall and like make it your own?
Depends on where you at.
Yeah.
Man.
You know, you know, the rules are different. The dynamic was different from place to place.
And what was the 2 years with your dad like? Where was that?
What you mean where? You mean like what city?
Yeah.
That's in Maryland.
Maryland? Was a house like were you guys in an apartment?
Well, actually, some was in an apartment. Some was in a I forget what you call it, like a duplex.
Gotcha.
How many times did you say you moved in your entire childhood?
You know, I've counted before, but definitely well over 13.
Jeez.
Probably 16, something like that.
What would the holidays be like in that specific foster house? Would they do like Christmas and shit like that and get you presents and stuff?
Some places did. You know.
Was there any place? What
But
was the
I
best
stopped giving a
place
fuck
where you
about
were like,
Christmas.
"This is dope"?
Like
They had fucking snacks.
no, but see, that's the thing about your kid brain, right? Is I never thought any of them was dope.
Mhm.
The ones I'm telling you is dope is my 40-year-old
Looking
brain,
back,
in
being-
hindsight, going, man, that wasn't that bad.
Sure.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
had toys. Yeah.
But as a kid, I was just like, yo,
This
tell me one thing, tell me one lie, and I'm not fucking with you. Tell me one, you know, and adults loved a lot of kids,
Sure.
right? When it's a conversation that they're not comfortable having
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, you know, they'll tell you the microwave runs from Magic Dwarfs or some shit. And it's
Sure.
like, as soon as you said some kind of dismissive kid shit to me like that,
You were out.
it was just gonna be impossible for you to get me to do anything.
I got you to trust them.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about like with your birthdays and stuff like that? Would they get you a birthday cake and birthday presents?
Some places would, but that's where I kind of went to despise those kind of things. Mandatory fun.
Yeah.
Nah,
Like
fuck that.
we're celebrating this type thing.
Yeah, because they're like, what you want for your birthday? To be left the fuck alone? I would love
This
to.
guy's
just,
an old soul, dude.
Yeah,
50-year-old man.
I would love to sit in my room.
It puts
with
out a Marx.
I would love to have a carafe of
Red wine.
ice cold juice,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
like, and to just sit in my room and play video games. That's what I want for my birthday. But you planned a party, so now I have to do what you want for my birthday. That's why I don't do that shit. I don't even tell people my birthday.
Man.
As soon as a bitch be like, so what time was you born?
Is a bitch.
Bitch would be like,
Get the fuck out of here.
You born?
Yeah, because
Man, talk about defense mechanism.
Yeah.
I like it.
yeah.
He's got a wall up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but I'm an open book. You want to psychoanalyze? I'm not a normal person,
No, I've picked up on that.
but
Yeah.
I'm not angry. I'm just I don't have room for like nonsense.
You're very thoughtful. You're very deep. Even in your stand-up is very like it's very thoughtful and slow rolling and put together.
Do you think you learned to hate that kind of stuff because of the situation that you were in?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like if it would have been your mom and dad, everybody wants a birthday cake.
But I think it was just a way of dealing with
Right.
right
The situation.
Like think about it. Like they got that Buddha shit, right? And it was like they invented that shit when ain't nobody have shit.
Mm-hmm.
So then their religion was, well, having shit is evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You say you ain't supposed to want shit.
Trying to come up with that shit now when
Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
fucking
Xbox.
Xbox. and movies
Exactly.
and air
It just so happens
Shit's awesome. Now I want that shit.
those of us that don't have shit are going to heaven, guys. All these.
That's funny. Okay.
Damn.
Any pets? Were there ever any pets milling around?
There were pets milling around, but never none that belonged to me specifically.
Gotcha.
What did when you made the move from house to house, what were your belongings? Did you have like toys and shit, or was it just like a bag full of clothes and you're on your way?
Sometimes I would just leave it all. You know what I
Oh
mean?
shit.
Yeah, you have a bag of clothes or whatever, but I didn't have no sentimental attachment to shit for real. Which I'm starting to regret now.
Sure.
You know, because now I'm old enough to have had longtime friends and shit, and they'll send me a picture or something from 20 years ago, and I'm like, oh damn, I ain't even take no pictures.
Damn.
You know, but whatever.
Did you like action
It's
figures?
cold as ice.
Did you have toys as a kid?
Yeah, I like the action figures. I had a Nintendo once. I had a Neo Geo because I would find the shit. I would find some.
They wouldn't get them for you. Like the foster people wouldn't buy you like a PlayStation.
Sometimes, or they'd get it for a year and then they renege. I remember my very first foster home. I actually came there on Christmas.
Damn.
And they hadn't had time to buy me shit.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, you ain't gotta buy me shit. So
I picture him talking the way.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't about me
No.
shit. I'm chilling.
but they had a Super Nintendo that they had bought for the house,
Uh-huh.
and they just gave it to me because and I guess their reasoning was, well, we gonna give it. They gonna.
It's gonna be
they
in
gonna
there.
They're gonna all
plan
play,
it anyway. Blah blah blah. But
Did you get defensive over that?
well, for me, I'm just like, okay, well, if it's mine, then push come to shove,
I want to play it.
then it's gonna be mine. I'm gonna act like that.
Yeah.
And then the first time that happened, she tried to play it back like, well, no, I didn't say it was yours. And I'm like, yes, she did, bitch. But that's okay because now I'm not gonna believe anything you say.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it was like I just slowly stopped. I don't care about pageantry. Like
Okay.
I would much rather you see something on a random day that made you think of me and get me that than for you to go, well, it's his birthday. What is he like?
Sure.
Gotcha.
This is how you make an assassin or a stand-up
Yeah,
comedian.
no kidding, dude.